Happy
hello.
Thursday. This is P over here,
I'm over there.
Patricia,
Mariah.
and together we are PM Artist Studio. Why are you looking so extra bright today? I guess maybe because the sun is out.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Let me turn that light that way a little bit. That helps.
I don't even have my ceiling
I know,
light
but you
on.
are like...
Well, I'm
it's
just
the
such a
sunshine
I'm a
shining on
bright
her.
and shiny force in nature.
Yes, that's what I'm... Yep, that's what I tell people.
It works for me.
Say it enough times, people will believe it.
I took my nice pills this morning.
Fantastic. I've been kind of grumpy for a few days. I'm going to say hello to some people.
Okay.
And Lover. Oh, well, actually, Angela just came in. We got Angela and Brad, Cookie Wookie, that's Mo, Darcy, Dana, Deb, Eva, Judy P, Christy Meese, hello, my best friend.
Hi, Christy.
Lisa Jameson, Liz, Mary Ann, Maxine, Nisi, Panka, Ricky, hello, and Sirius Hecka, Susan. That Sirius Hecka, that's Lisa. Hopefully y'all are going to watch a little bit later on, because I think she's doing her drawing. Is that true? Was I listening to you properly? Lisa? I tried to. I'm going to pop out this chat. What are our Thursday thoughts there, P?
Oh, I just have so many.
It's never without thought.
I'm never without thoughts. I don't know that they're necessarily the kind that you want to share with people.
True that.
Sometimes they are. Sometimes they're not. Well, I just, Mariah and I usually talk about this, and at this point, I think she just sits over there and, pretends like that was what was supposed to happen sometimes when, I decide that we're going to do something a little bit different before, and I don't want to get her all in a huff and everything, so it's just best that I surprise her with things sometimes. That's my thoughts, and that's
Some
the
also
original
call that
thoughts.
justification, and that is totally fine. Hello, Arnetta. And I think somebody else needs to... Oh, Fiona, hello.
No, I might have to just... I don't know what I did.
And congrats, Darcy. Darcy, she had a nice little bump after the collab. Great deal. That's why we do it.
Yeah. Okay.
She's also going to be in Foxy Rag. Are they doing a little feature thing? I didn't get a lot out of them. I'm just going to be real honest.
We had hopes.
We did. I thought it was going to be a real wing dinger, but, it was more like a... I don't know if we're necessarily the audience or the... I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm not being rude. I'm trying not to be rude.
Yeah,
and that was more on us than them, not. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, here it is. Okay, so anyhow, one of the things that I wanted to talk about, that Mariah and I both wanted to talk about today, was longer periods in which to do things.
To create things.
And I had listed a whole list of things, what I do with that, of what doing means.
Doing.
Okay, so what do we need to play? Research. Just actively looking. Talking about. Writing about. Those journals that y'all do.
Yeah.
Those are great things to write in. Collecting ideas. And experimenting. And I kind of put experimenting and play into the same category. I don't think they necessarily have to be. I think you can do serious play. I think you can do playful experimenting. And they get different results.
Yeah.
Very obviously, they get different results. So I thought, well, where does all this start? What is the conception point? And I think that's where it should come from, right here. It's not necessarily
the conception of inspiration.
The conception of inspiration. When is it conceived, And then you have to go through the whole cycle. And that's what brought me around to this. And sometimes you get inspiration from the oddest ever.
Well, hey, remember the bloopy loops came from a cup.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Well, now we're bringing in, this is our most famous pizza. Our most favorite pizza.
From Alaska.
No. This
Oh, was that the mod?
That's the mod. See in the middle there?
Oh, did you draw that?
No, this is the sack that it came in.
For real?
Yeah.
Well,
I was changing my trash
she grabs
sack.
she grabs up the sacks.
I grabbed them up because the kind from the grocery store don't fit in my copper bucket that I have from my trash can back here.
You love mod pizza.
And so, this is only, I don't know, the other one isn't like this. But when I was looking at this, well, number one, I saw the butterfly, and then I thought, is that not the coolest thing? But look what's on here.
Oh, gratitude.
Gratitude, and you be you, and better together.
That's totally like some of your doodle things.
Spread kindness.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I just thought, wow.
Well, you would love it.
I absolutely think this is the greatest thing ever. And I just put a challenge out there. I think you should make a butterfly and doodle in it and write your words of gratitude. Because I do think, when I think of butterflies, I think of gratitude. What are you thankful for? What in your life makes you do what you do? What is your little creative trigger?
Right.
I don't know. And it isn't the same for everybody, and it's not the same all the time. But I think that those moments when that happens, to take the time to write it down, do some reflecting, do a little soul searching, because that's where the really deep art comes from. It doesn't come from all of this out here. It comes from here. It starts here. The inside is what reacts to out there.
Yeah.
It's what it's what the magnet is. And if you have a really good thing in here, then you're going to attract all these wonderful things. If you have a black hole in there, you're probably just going to get a lot of clouds and rain.
Or if it's like a true black hole, you're just going to suck in, everything around you and not put anything out.
There
That's
you
how
go.
those black holes work. Science,
This-
y'all. Science.
Yes, this is a little bit of where Mariah is. Okay, so I drew, I think about butterflies, and you think about the whole life cycle of butterflies. Your butterfly starts out as a teeny tiny little egg that's about the size of a pinhead.
Most as a creative poke.
A creative poke. Yeah,
A nudge.
nudge. It's a tiny, tiny, fragile little thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much promise in that one tiny little egg that you don't know about. And you just have to let it grow. So what does it grow into? It grows into a teeny tiny little caterpillar that's also sort of fragile, because it can be eaten by other insects. It can be eaten by birds.
She went
People
dark.
come along and, spray it off, and, they die.
Yeah.
So it's very, very fragile. And so what does the caterpillar do? Well, the caterpillar is a very destructive force. It eats its way into and out of everything it surrounds. And I think you can equate that to where you're at this stage over here where you're collecting, researching, frantically finding all of these things.
Are you
You're
guys
eating,
collecting?
eating.
Are you collecting?
Eating. Okay, then you reach the point where it's time to rest. It's time to solidify. It's time to take all those ideas and wrap them up in a little thing, because that's where they become from in here, and they grow out. It takes time to do all that.
Yeah.
It is not something that happens in an instant.
Yeah.
And I think if we want to become butterflies, we have to be willing to be caterpillars for a while. And that's my thought for today.
Yeah.
So,
Ready to consume some stuff?
ready
Feeling hungry?
chomp a little.
Already talked about pizza and butterflies. Look at us.
Okay, then that really,
Diane.
that's my thought for today, and I
Well,
hope
we got some other thoughts too.
Oh,
About
we
inspiration and where to kind of start collecting.
It's leading into what we're talking about here today, and I'm sorry I did not change my.
But real quick, while she's kind of futzing about and trying to find her next thing or whatever, eating some things. Please do give some thumbsy upsies. We do appreciate all of you that are here, because then it lets other people know, hey, something cool's happening over here. You may want to go check that out, because I liked it. You might like it. We can all like it together, especially now that we are live at this very moment. If you don't see that chat going, then not so much. We are on the replay. You can still come back and leave comments. We love those very much. They also let YouTube know, and the rest of the people reading the stuff, I liked what I saw here. And this is, these are my people. So there you go. There's all of that.
We feel like that there are our people are out there.
They are. And I have been dropping the information regarding the $100 giveaway that we are going to start in June. June 1st, you can start creating those posts. So not only are there the rules, but then if you are part of the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group, I put in the media area, you look at the little tabby things across the top, and there's one that says media. If you go to that, it then tells you or shows you, I did a little step-by-step process on how to create those posts, how to come over to our channel, possibly find the video that you want, that you're inspired by, that you consume some of that stuff like that little caterpillar did.
Eat.
We want you to eat our stuff first.
Well, it's not. I think our stuff isn't fattening in that you expend so much energy, after you have eaten it, that it never ever, the caloric intake is minimal.
Yeah. The laughs are good.
And they say that laughter is the best medicine, and I really, honestly, truly, I believe that. I don't know, years ago there was a study done, and people in the hospital who were viewed funny movies during their recuperation period did so much faster than the people who didn't. So, there you go.
Say that a lot. There you go.
There you go. There's that.
Just passing that along.
Wahoo.
Okay, wahoo.
I'm arting as I'm talking.
Well, you need to. This is our inspiration thing, and I want you to.
Oh, well.
Remember?
Yeah, I know.
This is what prompted the thing. We're going to show this because I haven't told Lisa about it.
All right.
So, oh, and good. Judy P is here too. All right. So, Lisa and Judy, I don't know exactly what. I meant to look this up, but things have been a little nutty. Right? It's just always nutty because I'm like trying to do 2 jobs basically.
Actually 3.
Yeah, so I don't remember exactly the time, but it had to be now, coming up on like a year or so that we've known Lisa and Judy. They kind of sort of came in at the same time into our lives. And not just our lives like here, but our life.
Yeah.
And we started by doing a little, what was it? Like the swap and make. That's what we used to call them. Swap and makes. Yeah, it was over a year. And so we all packed up some things, and we had to use similar items. Like each one of us sent the same similar items to one another. And then the things that they sent to us ended up getting split into 2 because you know how we do. Like I have ideas about things, and they usually want to go in a happy, rainbow unicorn kind of way. And then Little Miss Darkness over here, does her thing.
We go along, and we're working really well together, and all of a sudden I'm going,
I'm not feeling that.
My stomach is getting a little bit upset. I think with all that sugar, I'm sorry, I have to have some dark chocolate here or something else.
Well, you shouldn't like dark chocolate.
I don't.
She wants
licorice, black licorice. That's what I need.
Yeah, and I don't like that.
Love that stuff. Thank you, Ann.
And has kept this house supplied with some black licorice.
Hey, our baby likes it too.
She does.
which is weird. Most children do not
No,
like black licorice, but she likes it.
Hello, Barbara. So glad you're here. So yes.
Okay, back to the collab. So we divvied up the parts.
Mm-hmm.
Mariah got most of the happy slappy colors, and I got all of the kind of dark and grungy and whatnot. And we'll show you in here in just a minute. You'll just immediately. I mean, do I even have to tell you which one of these?
But what led us to think about this is that, well, we were trying to look for examples, or because of the baby wipe, and everybody's like, oh, you know, the baby wipe crocheting, which P did on Tuesday. So if you don't know what we're talking about, she actually crocheted it, which was similarly done like the one from the Blooms book, accordion, that we just did for Makers Creative Club. And because I was telling P, I was like, no, don't you remember? Because we have all these other napkins. She doesn't remember. We have all these other napkins. Now, I didn't use, per se, baby wipe. I don't think I ever tore any of the baby wipes up. I have before on certain other things.
I don't know. There may be some in here.
Could be.
I kind of thought maybe there were.
But that was some of what I did there. And then we were looking through it, and we were reminiscing and just loving on. I mean, I've used, and that's when we were first kind of introduced to Lisa's wax dye papers, because that's some of what's on the front. Judy P sent me that balsa piece of wood, and P was like, I don't know what to do with that. And I'm like, you give that to me. Stamped on it, and then we did the texture paste, and then Judy P, she was layering some things, and I think we took that apart a little bit because I wanted to use both pieces, and it ended up into different pages, and so just really cool stuff. And so you can be inspired by just a little swap and make, you know, with some, you know, what we didn't know were going to be some very, very, very good friends at this point in time in our life. And hopefully, you know, going forward. But you guys, I mean, really, at the time, it was kind of like, well, and Lisa, she was like, well, can we get Judy involved in this? I'm like, well, I don't know who Judy is, but sure, why not? Bring Judy along.
More the merrier.
More the merrier. So yeah, I mean, it really was like just such this moment in time where you get to not only inspire but acquire new friends.
And this also happened when I did that thing with Eva also. I would never have made the thing that I made if I hadn't been a little bit challenged about the whole idea of having to use one thing. And I thought it was so cool, and it was the same thing with our stuff and Lisa and Judy's stuff. The things that we created were just like totally opposite things, just totally different. But I think that's where we go back to what is in here comes out here if you let it.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's look at these, because I had such a fun time. I mean, I sat here the other day and I just went through each page and I read each little card, which I'm not going to do that today, but because there is a video, right?
Yeah.
And Mariah, I'm sure will link that to you.
I don't know if I did a process video on it then. Like, that's where I was sort of transitioning from. We would do the flip throughs and stuff because people just weren't watching the process videos.
Okay, you recognize this? And this was just this is something that, you know, Mariah put this down. She said, I just think it needs a little bit more. And I said, I think I can help you, but look at this.
I'm talking about caterpillars. See that little fluffy thing?
Look at this little thing here. Isn't that just wonderful? I wish you could touch it. It's just so soft and fuzzy.
Here, I'll even zoom in a little bit. You may want to center up whatever page you're doing.
Apologize for all this crap in the background.
Sugar business.
Okay. And then on most of these, I have little sayings. It says, some days I am the artist, other days I am the art, and when life gets real weird, I become both. Nikki Rowe. Or Rowe, I don't know.
I think it's Rowe.
Rowe. I think she's a very interesting person.
She actually, I think when I posted some of that on Instagram, she gave me a thumbs up. Yeah.
I don't really know who she is, but she's a cool person. And look, here, Lisa, here's some of your paper. Isn't that beautiful? I just love this little thing that Mariah did here with the paper. Kind of tucked it and turned it under.
And then I sprayed it because it was pretty much all pink, and I needed it to have a little bit of that fade. And what was crazy is when I sprayed it, then it sort of opened up, and that's how, like, you see the little, kind of, what are they called, modeling or bubbling coming off of there. Yeah.
Yeah. And here's a little tag that says, promise me one thing, wild child. Never filter your soul to suit a mold. Nikki Rowe. And look how that goes in there. Isn't that just marvelous? Mariah does such a good job. My tags are always kind of a little bit awkward. And this is when I first started jelly plating. You can see how much the beautiful thing about learning is nobody can take it from you. B.B. King.
I think that's one of the very few male. There's 2 in there because we were trying to keep it mainly female.
Yeah, this was the. Look at this little, and this is from Carrie Gibson Art. Look at that little beauty, how it fits right in there, and that whole idea of. And oh, looky there, y'all should recognize this. But look at this background. This is all paper towels that originally were down to catch sprays, and then Mariah went through and of course oversprayed them, but
yeah, so those are the paper towels, and that's why I was like, okay, so it was just that whole remembering the baby wipe that that led us to this, to the looking through different things, and then being re-inspired by something. That's what these things can do for you, and why when people say, oh, what do you do with your gel prints? Well, that's why we create the books, and we like having them up on the shelf, and just having those moments, and having those moments again with it. Hello, Misty. So glad you're here.
well, you can see here's the moment that everything started going dark. It's captured here. I love this that she's got this little part sticking out here so I can pull it out.
Yeah,
but look at that little cool little bits and pieces. Mariah does such a good job with that.
And some of those were gel prints from Lisa, and this piece right here, that's that thing I was telling you that was sandwiched, and I used it in then 2 different pages that Judy sent. And I did a little spray work on it just to mute it back just a little bit. But some of these pages are really thick.
I think this is one of my, I would do little tags, and you can always tell mine, they're kind of chompy and chunky.
Chompy and chunky.
Chompy and chunky, and Mariah's sort of light and lyrical. I don't know why this didn't get written upon. Boy, we need to take care of that.
Yeah, well,
And then, look at that.
I ran out of quotes. Now, slide nicely.
Look at that. I'll gift you with feelings you don't know were there. That's the pleasure of crossing paths with a mystic.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's a mystic, and she had some traumatic thing, like a car accident or something that happened in her life, and then that's when she started doing journals herself and writing.
Oh, these are just, aren't these pages, don't they just make your soul soar? There's another one.
Oh, that is interesting. Carrie was going through boxes the other day and came across a journal he'd made when he was doing a playwriting class.
Oh.
I had to create the journal to develop my character's backstory. Oh, that's fun.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of
Yes.
fun. I would like that.
And then Judy says her new art book she just did, she plans to put letters and poems. Oh yeah, that was such a great idea that you left those pages blank in between. It was a beautiful idea.
I just really, I'm even thinking, because my journal is not bound.
And Moses, I have some Happy Mail pieces that must have been from this project. Most likely. That's the thing too, you guys keep in mind, if we've sent you things, a lot of times it'll be pieces from these bigger projects because they're special to us. And even those little crazy pieces that most people, people outside of like what we do, and you guys would go, why are you keeping that?
Okay, I love this. I have to read this to you. Since this is Thoughts, we can do it.
That's right.
You can't break a woman like that. She carries an esoteric mind with an oracle soul. She's fiercely connected to spirit whilst dancing the human dance.
Oh, that's some do stuff where you're just like, yes.
And here, this is I don't know why this is in here, except this is one that should have gone out to somebody.
Probably.
But it just seems to go really well here. It doesn't have anything written on it yet. But
sometimes I do that. I'm like, I'm not ready to like let it go into the piece bag, but you know.
Yeah, it looks really good on this page. If you want to fly, you have to give up the things that weigh you down. Toni Morrison. The color purple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's a good one. She's a good one. The whole world is an art gallery when you're mindful. There are beautiful things everywhere, and they're free. Charles Tart. T-A-R-T.
Oh, you should definitely take a picture and put that in Makers, Diane. We would love to see your crazy pieces on your cupboard door. I got a cupboard behind me full of bags of crazy little pieces from all sorts of projects.
I love this one. I took this one out the other day, and I was like, I mean, you know, what do you do? What do you do? I should write something really profound on this little
Something about a stick.
Stick with a bit of embroidery floss.
I just sometimes, you know, she laughs at me because remember even on the Shibori one, and I had the little stick thing, and people, I was like, sometimes just need a little fluff inside of a pocket.
These people will try to manipulate you, try to bring you down, but remember, baby girl, you are a queen. Own your own crown.
Yes.
Yes. I like that a lot.
And Susan says no one knows what you've been through or what your pretty little eyes have seen, but I can rest assure you, whatever you have conquered, it shines through your mind. Nikki Rowe. That one might even be in here somewhere.
And I don't know.
I don't remember them all. I guess that...
Sometimes the magnets forget which side they're supposed to be.
No,
magneting.
You know what that is? That'd be some sticky texture paste. Because it's then going, you know, it sticks to the paint stuff.
Oh, we've got two here.
Yeah.
Look at, y'all know what that one is. That's a oldie but goldie.
Oldie but goldie.
Look at that.
Sorry.
All right, let's see here. Oh, here. That which we learn now allows us to move forward faster the next time. Patricia R. Carmichael. 2021. And here's another little gem. Never apologize for using what's at hand to create a solution to your problem.
Baby wipes.
I just, you know, there's this whole thing, you know, of redneck solutions. And, you know, I love those. I've always loved those. Like, you know, using a pitchfork as a hot dog, you know, thing over a fire, something like that. And people make fun of that. And I don't know why they do that. I consider that totally ingenious.
Yeah. Use what you got.
Use what you got.
Now, you skipped a page there.
I didn't. I don't think I did.
Oh, you didn't. Okay.
I don't think I did.
Okay.
Sometimes I do skip pages. Okay. Tears are a river that takes you somewhere. Tears lift your boat off the rocks, off the ground, carrying it downriver to someplace better. Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes. I love her. Women Who Run with the Wolves. I highly recommend that. It isn't something you read overnight. It takes you a couple years to read that. Look at this little jewel. Isn't that great? Did you cut that or did I cut that, Mariah?
You cut it first. I gave it a little trim.
There you go.
Just to, you know.
More rocks here. Oh, with another little jewel on the back. Nothing is softer than water, yet nothing can resist it. Lao Tzu. That's some stuff. Now look at this. Look at this.
See, that's some slow gluing right there.
I watched her do it, and I was just like, "Oh my God!
Why are you doing that?
Why are you doing that?"
Like, I love it. Like it
drives me absolutely.
I don't know what that does for me, but it makes me happy.
I'm laughing about this one because obviously it got a little bit of some kind of whatever.
Yeah. Had a redo.
Yeah.
Or re-up.
Okay, sometimes I would be writing these quotations for her, but they wouldn't fit where she wanted them to go, so I'd do them 2 or 3 times. Vibrate on a frequency that embraces the gifts, growth, and change of others. Accept challenges and failures as part of your journey. Find your light and let it shine. Know your purpose. Cesar Jacobson.
I don't remember that one for whatever reason.
Oh,
The blue stuff. They want to know what the. I think probably on the last page there. The that one. I think on the tag is that.
Well,
there was a lot.
Yeah, this is about 4 layers. It started out as a gel print.
That didn't go so well.
That didn't go so well. You have to forget this was kind of when I was starting, and I mean I was struggling at this point to get something that looked like something I wanted. And a lot of times it would have a lot of embossing, have a lot of texturizing, stenciling over the surface simply because.
And a lot of this, anything that's shimmery, most likely are the Calero watercolors.
Yes. It's before we got Finetex.
No, this was when I think about the same time that we got the colored ones. Because that's the blue.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I think.
Yeah, because you can see, and that's what's nice about those. Those aren't powsy-wowsy, but look at this lovely, little, Mariah can take the smallest piece of paper and do the most magical things with it that I'd have to dig it out of the trash. Things can change in a day. Arundhati Roy.
I know. P says I'm not going to be reading all those quotes. Reads the quotes, yeah. Well, we did say, it is Thursday Thoughts, so it is,
Yeah. Now, this is a paint
swatch.
From
the hardware store.
That's a thick
Well, I
booger.
glued 2 together to get it long enough, and that's where, then it's pieced together, but very nicely, may I say.
If you have yet to be called an incorrigible, defiant woman, don't worry. There is still time.
That's right.
Dr. Clarissa Picola Estes. This is just such a look. See that? How nicely that.
And that's one of Lisa's the strip in the middle to hold the tag in. That was one of Lisa's pieces.
It's embossed and
Lisa's
everything.
pieces that she sent to me, and it was all
I
embossed.
was feeling that there's a card that's been lost there.
It might have just been moved around to a different book.
This is one of those little magical magnets.
And that is all napkin. And I was telling P, she's like, well,
why is it still fluffy?
Why is it still fluffy? Well, it's still fluffy because if you do it properly with glue stick, you can keep the nice little fluff. If you use anything like a matte medium or Mod Podge or anything like that, it just seals it up and you don't keep the fluffy part.
And it is just very soft. It's velvety.
I love it.
I don't know that it will stay that way forever,
But that's okay.
Yeah. It's not my words that you should fear, but my silence. My words speak straight to the core, but my absence will leave you speechless.
Hey, Brenda.
Nikki Rowe. I love that. And then here we are. Now this segues nicely into mine because here we are. I really didn't want to give this to Mariah, but I'd already given it to her when I started making mine. So
see, and that's why I said that's when we got. That was very close to the time when we got the Caleros, and you did that with those new Calero. She spent all the time working it, making the little rocks, all those different colors.
Yeah, I did. I did do that, and look at those little leaves. Nothing makes the light, the wonder we treasure, stand out so well as darkness. And that's where I come in.
And then some of that iridescent that is also seen, and I think that could have been what was one of the layers of the iridescent on that blue page, is the Liquitex iridescent medium.
Look here.
And that was from Judy. And I put it on that little card.
Oh.
Yeah, there's another one.
Night is when we are closer to ourselves, closer to essential ideas and feelings that do not register so much during the daylight hours.
Hello, Leslie. Hello, Jude.
Isn't that a sweet little book? I love it. And then, of course, this is
She crocheted that.
crocheted this.
And let me tell you, we had to dig through everything and give it a trial run at whether it was going to appropriately fit in with all my fluff. And she just kept laughing at me because she's like, I thought you were done with the book. I'm like, just a little more fluffy. Just one more page with some fluff. I'm like, that, you know. It's like if you move to the next page, the next one needed fluff too.
Yeah, well, once you start fluffing.
And I was inspired by Carrie Gibson at the time because remember, she was doing those ruffly edges. And I'm like, I need that in my life. So that was my...
Who knew?
Yeah.
This is napkin here. And you can see it's a little loose. But I want you to look at that pencil shading. That's not actual. That's pencil shading. Expertise there, y'all.
Hey, Marilyn.
Okay. All right. Well, that is...
Okay, so we called this one Wisdom in Technicolor. That was the name of this little journal here.
Well, I don't know as I named mine.
Leaves.
Leaves?
Something about
Leaves.
leaves.
Oh, yes. I've got a whole thing about leaves and leaf and using the word leaf. And this kind of started off...
There's one more, Susan.
This started off as, I think, just a piece of...
Well, they sent the cheesecloth.
Sent the cheesecloth. And then I saw Susan
I think so.
Taylor Brown use sticks. And I said, well, I have a stick. Of course I have a stick.
Of course she has a stick.
Of course I have a stick.
And then we were doing the washers about that time.
Washers about that time, so that we've got a washer on there that goes.
Or we showed this, and I think we did the washers.
It may be
I
so.
think that's kind of more
The washer evolved afterwards because look I couldn't decide which side to use. But I just really leaned towards the
No, I did the other side with the spray thing. It actually has one of our
that's
signatures
right.
on it.
It does. Look at that. I have some more of those over here in the...
That was some tricky business.
That was-
But she kept giving me pushback. I'm like, I need your signature in a circle.
Anyway, oh, my little stick fell out there. But isn't that a darling little stick? I think that's from... It's from driftwood that I collected from Lake Eklutna in Alaska. Okay, well, here's a little book.
She just kept making little things that then ended up into the... Then she just kind of bound it all with the...
I just wrapped it up. That's kind of the way I do things. Here's some of Lisa's paper. Look at that paper. And some more of her paper and some of our jelly prints with lace from... No, it actually started off as a jelly print, then you made it into a paper.
Yes, I scanned it in.
And the lace came from Jeanette.
That's right.
Braille.
From Judy. And that's... You gel printed it. And
I gel printed it and
did a little
messed about
spray.
with it. And then you sprayed it. And this is a piece of the eco-dyed
Yeah.
paper.
Oh, well, welcome, Jude to Mucky Muck.
Oh.
I shall get you a code. I need to reach out to you, Jude. We need to become friends on Facebook or Instagram or something like that, or I will email you.
And this is just a little thing that I gel plated. And then
Oh, this thing's been around. It's one of those that's been around for a while. Like, it just kind of sat up on a shelf, and she'd take it down and put something else on it, and it really wasn't, okay, no, not going in that journal. Okay, no, not going to that journal. And then she'd add something to it each and every time.
It's been many colors.
It's thick.
It's thick with paint. It's like leather. And then on the inside, and I want you to look at this little card that I nicked it on the edges there. There is a crack in it.
Yes, that's how I lured Lisa in, was with my purple papers. I found her in junk journals, JJJ chat or whatever, and I was like, hey, what you doing next? I might have some papers for you. And it was the purple ones. And that's when she did the lilac journal.
There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. Leonard Cohen, he's like one of my favorites.
Oh yes, that's one of her favorites from him.
Yes. And these little things are made from the actual envelope that all of this stuff came in.
Mm-hmm. I think Judy...
And it was already...
I think Judy sent that.
I can't remember who sent it, but it was already, what do you call it?
Embossed.
Embossed. And I gel plated over the embossing, which created this wonderful raised texture there. And more of that. And then on the inside, and I tried to get these out the other day. I think they're permanently part of the installation here. But they're leaves. Leaves, and I was going to write, really
profound things.
Oh! Look. I mean, they're not anything to write home about, but, at the time I thought they were
You can write on them, not just write home.
You can write on them. Yeah.
Hey, Jeanette.
And as soon as I have, a profound thought, I'll whip it on there.
Hey, Lee.
Okay. And then over here on this side, look at this little...
And hello, Michelle.
Vertical belly band.
Yeah.
And here, this is where, all right, see, leaf. I just can't leaf without you. Right. Leaf.
Oh, yeah.
Me alone. Drop me a leaf. Leaf it to beaver. Leaf now or forever hold your peace. P-E-A-C-E or P-I-E-C-E. Now, come on, that's some clever stuff there, y'all.
Yeah. Notice it didn't make it onto a leaf, though.
Well,
she wasn't that committed.
I wasn't that committed at that point. Here's another one. More leaves. But see, look, and then
we haven't even hit the real journal.
No.
Yeah.
Not yet.
She just kept, as I was working on mine, she would she's like, okay, well, I guess I have time to make a few more little things. Little things.
Look, I want you to look at that collagey little thingy there that, with this and that. Patience is one of those virtues I very much appreciate.
Oh, here, I love
in others.
Brenda says, I always say, let us leave when it's time to go.
Yes. Oh,
you need to write that down.
I need to write
let
that
us leave.
Let us leave. Oh, where is...
Oh, and then one of my... Okay, and I know this is so silly, but Brad's probably going to crack up, but, is it it's raining, what is it, the pizza, the Steve monkey, Brad, help me out. But anyway, I think it's in the second one where there's a leak in the boat, but it was actually a leak. That, to me, is hilarious. There's a leak in the boat, like a leak. Yeah. See, doesn't get her. I can,
well,
if I just keep telling myself that, I will get the giggles.
You just hit me when I'm thinking about something else, and my brain is over here, and you're over here. There's a lot of area in between there that they have a chance not to see each other.
Did you write Brenda Robertson told you that?
I didn't.
You should.
Well, can you write that down? I'll write that down later. I feel like I'm needing to get through this.
Yeah, get through.
But look, these are just little pieces that were left over that I could not discard. And they don't have any... Oh, this does have something written on it. Well, I've used this one before. Never apologize for using what's at hand to create a solution to your problem. I'm very fond of that, obviously.
Yeah.
And look at that lovely piece of gel plating there. And this is just little pieces of paper there. I already looked at this the other day. It's not very interesting. But I want you to observe and really tell me how fabulous that pocket is there on a diagonal.
That's when it's acceptable. The diagonal.
Okay. This was actually
I think this was the beginning of us trying to figure out some texture plates, I think, right?
Yes, it really was. So I did use it, and I can't remember if I used it inside of here or not, but perhaps. Anyway, I just couldn't get rid of it. I thought it was so wonderful that after I'd used it and mounted it on this, and I created all these wonderful little textury things that, look how perfect it goes with everything. But here's the other thing. It's a backboard to write on.
Yeah.
If you don't have something that you want to write on.
I know. It's a journal that just keeps on giving.
This is... we started off, and I didn't want to use I changed my mind on
Oh.
which side I wanted to use.
She kills me. Like, and I did some work in this.
So we had to do something here. I decided I wanted this to be the cover. After we started out that this was the cover, but then we decided not, or I decided not. And actually, no, that's right. But look at that loveliness there.
No worries, Danny.
And I put all of those through there very carefully.
Oh, she did.
Very carefully. And bits and pieces. And I don't have anything written on my card because I spent all my time writing on Mariah's cards. They're just really cool cards that I can write something on.
She couldn't commit to her quotes, I think is what actually.
Oh, here's one. To calm the busy mind and quell rapid thoughts is to come to see the beauty in a raindrop on a leaf. And that's from me. I made that up. And it's on Lisa's lovely.
Oh yeah, a lot of the purple papers and everything. A lot of these are Lisa's. Lisa sent the more dark stuff.
Yeah, if you can believe that. Okay, this comes down, and I just
Here,
love
I'm
this.
gonna back out because
I just love this so much that I couldn't put anything on top of it, Lisa. I just thought it was so beautiful. This is her paper that she makes. This is what do you call this? This is a flop down.
That's what she calls them.
I call it flop downs. Okay, this is a major tag here that took me about 3 days to make. I even did my own embossing on these leaves.
Yeah, she did, and then complained about her shoulder for about 3 days.
Oh, I mean, that thing just kills me off. And you know, this tag really is supposed to come out of here, but it's not.
I have some really wonderful photographs of it as it's supposed to be. And I was instructed to show it in such a way. Is there stuff in there?
Well, I think it's part of the fold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's supposed to go in this side. Okay.
It's like you got Judy's envelope, and that's what a lot of the manila things and such are made from, is the envelope that Judy sent the things to us.
And I don't know, I wanted to write on the back of these, but I already had all this cool stuff on them, and look at those leaves there.
I did that. Well, no, we kind of both had a hand at them, didn't we?
We both did. And they started out one way, and then...
Oh, that was the blue wrapping paper.
It was.
And we inked it.
With alcohol ink.
There you go.
And then I spent a lot of times doing this, because this is gears.
Oh, yeah, you gotta drop that link there, Lisa.
And here's one of that other pieces of
and see more of the Calero. So that purple shiny business, which kind of matches up to the things that Lisa does and has sent to us.
But I think this is so clever.
Carrie said, sorry, Em, but I like Peace Journal. I always love a bit of drama. It was that's leaf drama. That's what you better leaf that drama.
Here we go. Looky here. The thing.
The thing. Over some of our leaf paper.
And here is...
Look at that.
Isn't that
That's
beautiful?
From Lisa.
Beautiful. And then I did color it in. Just so it kind of went with everything.
Highlighted it.
I highlighted it, yes. And this is our paper. More of our paper there.
And I did the edges on that. That ain't her work.
All the edges that you see in here would be done by Mariah.
Yeah. And going down of things
the thing on the back. Good times. It takes me about 15 minutes to put it all back together.
Well, just stack it and wrap it.
It's just going to stack it and wrap it.
We'll deal with that later.
We'll deal with that later.
It'll sit over there for a week until it all comes puking down.
No, I will put it back together. Okay, now what?
All right, hey, let's just since we're kind of transitioning from our thoughts into possibly some arty business here. For those of you that are watching, please do give a thumbsy upsies. If you've kind of popped in and forgot about that, please do. Lets the rest of you guys know, hey, something cool's happening over here. For those of you watching the replay, please do the same thing. The giveaway starts in June. I have put that information in Makers. So those of you that have come in, keep an eye out for that. It's up in the featured area. It's kind of 1 or 2, 3 in. And then I did a how-to for those of you that kind of had some questions regarding, you know, how do I grab a link and create the post that is appropriate for entering into the $100 giveaway, because that's how you do it. And you need to tag me because that information's in the info too. I did post it here over on YouTube as well. Oh, hey Dot.
As
Glad you're here.
well.
As well. Is that it? Is that all I need to talk about?
I don't know.
We got Arty Perks. Brad dropped that in. Good. Awesome. Thank you, Mo. Mo popped in that. Lisa, if you want to go find that video, you can always pop it into the chat, and then I'll grab the link or message me with it, and I'll put it in the description. Hopefully, maybe. Things are crazy right now.
Yeah, there is that.
It's hard. I haven't even updated the thumbnail from Tuesday, and normally I try to do that right after, but
Well,
I know.
I've just been doing what I usually do.
I know.
Making messes and
Making art.
making art. Making art. And
There you go. Oh, thank you. Or did you pop that in and I didn't see it earlier, but I told you to do it again?
what? What?
Yes, you did. Good job, Lisa. Just handling it. Just listening to me. I saw the flowers, but I didn't see the link.
I wished I'd done some more of these little boogers now that I...
Yeah, you like them? You want me to do that?
Well, it would be...
It's totally up my alley.
No, I need somebody to do some more pasting.
Oh,
You know,
well,
do
that's
some
your
more.
job.
I know.
I'm not a paster.
She isn't a paster, and I don't want to four-corner this.
No, you need 3.
I need
3
I
or
need 3 on
6.
this side, and I need 3 on this side, and I don't. Maybe I have enough. See, I
Well,
need
depends
good
on
ones.
who's tearing them out.
I need good ones. I'll tell you what. When you get this deli paper,
Oh, thank you, Judy. Yeah, you guys have been using your Arty Perks. I'm telling you, it's worth it. If you want to buy stencils, or if you have bought and want to continue buying them and getting extra discounts, that's the way to do it.
are they using their newly acquired status?
Yes, they are using their newly acquired status, aka Arty Perks. Mucky Muck and Loverly. Powsy Wowsy, you just get the cool emojis. Although, can we add more emojis now, Brad? You know, we hit certain numbers of members, and then we get to add more emojis. We're very excited about that. We like the emojis.
I don't know if I like
like
that
the
or
emojis.
not.
She doesn't care, because she doesn't really see them.
I don't see them.
And she doesn't
They're
come over to...
too damn little anyway. They need to be about, the size of a quarter for me to really appreciate their... And see, this side of the paper was really cool, too.
Maybe what we should do, Brad, is let's print out some for her, and then during the stream she can hold them up. I think that would be great. We could put them on little sticks for her. Like, we'll have a cup of emojis for her. I'm doing that. That is a really good use of my time.
Hey, you give me the picture, I'll glue them. I got the sticks back over yonder.
As long as we
here.
print them out, you're good.
Yeah, print them out for me and make sure that you give me enough to do 2 sides, because that way I can sandwich them.
Yes, and that way, no matter which way you grab it,
yeah,
it'll be right.
Yeah, and it'll be this one, and if I change my mind real quick, I can flip it.
Oh, we're totally doing this.
I love it too.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not really feeling this, so what I do when that happens is I just shuffle it to the side.
Pile.
It becomes another pile.
Uh-huh.
And we know, yeah, I will eventually come back to it.
Yeah. Diane says, like the Olympic scores in the old days, like... I give that a sparkly P.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, she needs the extended set.
I need the
with all
extended
the,
set.
angry ones.
Okay. All right, well, look at this. You know, sometimes I really do have really brilliant ideas, and they're usually prompted from someone else's brilliant idea. But this right here, remember, this is from Fran. And I don't, is Fran back with us too?
No,
because she's still at her
her aunt.
aunt's.
Yeah.
Okay. She had a serious situation with a very close relative. But Violet, you can tell her, okay?
I don't know if Violet's here yet or coming today.
Okay. So Fran did these and sent me these, and I've already used one of them.
Love those.
Well, I've used another whole page of them. And I don't know what it is about her. Her paper is way different than my paper.
Well, that's the black tissue paper.
Well, I used black tissue paper too. But mine did some weird things. Look at this.
Well,
this was with the impasto.
Well, yeah, it always sucks the color out. We know that. Any
well, it
kind of
shoves it to the back.
Well, medium, any types of the clear gesso, even the texture pastes will
see,
either suck up.
I used almost exactly the same color that Fran did, except hers is a lot.
Right, but she put paint on top. She didn't.
And this is paint. I painted it. I painted it first, and then I put this on top, and that's what happened.
I don't know. My friends have sent us.
I know.
Or send us the link.
And
to
you
whatever
can
tissue paper
tell.
it is.
Maybe it was just because I did it really quick, but I think it's really cool that you've got the option of using this side, which is really, it is convex, and then this side over here is concave. It sucks
That's
in.
how that works.
Yeah. How about that? Well, just, you know, a little. All this is impasto.
I'd like to discuss this whole thing further because I don't know that you've given me the right information.
I don't know why you would say something like that, right? One is so rude.
I'm just saying that, like.
I gel plated this first.
With what color?
With
Titan Buff or something?
Titan Buff.
All right.
Then I took my stencil and I went over it, and you can see on the very clear part here with the impasto through the stencil.
Yes, the impasto will always displace or discolor dye, ink.
Well, this...
You know, anything that isn't set.
Well, maybe it was. Maybe it was still a little wet, because I did do it pretty...
I'll send you a link to our video. Remember that stuff that we learned? There's, I don't have it on this side. I'm going to switch this stuff out because I've now referred to it twice. And it's not there.
Here is another example of this. And you can see I have this printed. This is a gel print. Then I went over it with the impasto. And it just...
That is really interesting. Can I touch this?
You can feel it.
Can I touch this and see it? So you use the same stencil
No.
mask.
Oh, on this one.
Really interesting. Like, what's happening on the back side there?
Well,
like,
this
that's
is,
really
this is
cool looking.
The texture. My tissue paper, you can tell the difference. Feel Fran's. Fran's tissue paper is different than mine.
Yes, very much so.
Hers almost has a fabric-y texture. This stuff is just slick.
Well, I think this is more like, you know, party, wrapping fluffy paper stuff. And this may be a little bit more...
La-di-da.
Oh. This is denser in color. So you're going to have more dye. Plus,
yes,
you know, she didn't go over hers with impasto.
This is
you should probably do a little testy test and see what the impasto does
to that.
To this. And then there'll be a little bit more, you know, a control group.
Well, and remember Fran was talking about her
hey,
her
Trish.
tissue paper.
You're new. Hi.
used to be that's what my family calls me, Trish.
Mm-hmm.
But you can just tell it's just really kind of different. But see, this part here isn't painted on. Okay, well, nonetheless, let's do a little collaging here. Okay, now, did you watch me do that?
Oh, Mo wants to know, does Fran's tissue feel chalky almost rather than shiny smooth? Yes.
Well, it does when she's got the stuff on it. But, I mean, you can just tell on the places, see, like right here, this doesn't have any paint on it. It's similar to mine, but it's different.
Yeah.
And it could have something to do with this. I don't know what paint this is. If this is some of the Lucas Krill stuff, that would explain the very chalky impasto, chalky, what do I want to say? The Pastos Lucas Krill
Right.
paint has a very chalky finish to it.
Oh, and the Maxine says, I wonder if the impasto would do what it would do to the watercolor tissue. Oh, you mean the bleeding tissue. Oh yeah, it'll suck that right up, or probably push it out.
I'm missing part of mine.
It does that. And then
my
Brenda said, I would like to share a line from the prophet. Your joy is your sorrow unmasked. The self-same well from which your laughter rises will oftentimes be filled with your tears. That's
a
sad.
good one. I would like to see that so I could look at it.
Oh, well, here, I'll copy and paste it into something.
Okay,
Can I
that
do
would be good.
I think I can do that. I can.
Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about this and my circles. Because remember, we did this and we decided it needed something. This needs something too. I
Hey,
just
Wendy.
haven't really decided what exactly it is yet. But we'll leave that over here. All right, this was that little booger. I don't know where that's from.
Just picking up things along the way.
Picking up things along the way. This was all together, and I tore it apart because it was just like in the middle, and I didn't like that. And I thought it needed to take up more room. So I tore it apart and spread it apart, and look at that.
I love that.
Isn't that cool looking?
That was very clever.
I
Look
thought
at
it was
you.
too. Would you like to stick that down for me, Mariah?
Oh, sure. Not,
Yeah.
what I had
Oh,
on my
there's
agenda.
something on
Yeah,
the bottom
Of course there is. Did you know that this is PM Artist Studio where things come to stick to other things?
Okay, well that's good because this goes right there.
You missing something? Look on the back of the other thing.
I just, this started out, I don't know if you can remember, this was cups and saucers. What do you call it, Mariah? She doesn't call it cups and saucers.
Oh, Ring of Pansies.
No,
What are
no,
you
no.
talking about?
Well, it is. That's the top one, but the
Oh.
underneath one.
Cups, caps, and bowls.
Okay, and then I did pansies. You see the blue.
Yeah.
And then I did another pansy with the...
Did you do the same pansy or
Yeah.
different pansies? Okay.
No, it was the same pansy, yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put that little booger right there. And I'll just do that right now. Because that's exactly what I want to do. And Izzy's so funny. She says, Gigi, you need to do this. She's talking about the pen. I mean, she's something.
Now, do you want this in the center?
Yeah,
Okay.
more or less. I mean, I'm not.
Where's your
I won't be
glue?
mad at you if it's off a little bit.
Oh, I know what's happening. Never mind. This is my glue.
I just put lots of glue on and it'll work itself out.
Exactly. I lost my pen and then I found my pen. So now I got the right pen. The one that doesn't start to rust. That's what was happening.
Okay,
Thank you, Bo.
we got that one done. Look at that. And we can just put that aside.
If you guys are interested in the pansy stencil, see, Mo put it in the chat. Tell you what. Mo's on it.
All right. And this is just the small what do we call these things? Mandalas.
Oh yes, that's the fleur-de-lis one. And that's a separate little set. It's called the tidbit set. So you get the little tiny one and then the long one with it.
And I just used Light and Fluffy on an already printed piece of tissue paper. And
yeah, so these are always fun trying to glue some of the stuff down. You don't want to rub your hand across
here, this one, isn't this nice?
I love that one.
And I've got those over there, and I don't know if I'm going to use them or not.
That's from the Celtic set. I think we need to create a category in the on the shop just called mandalas, because now we have quite a few, and it'd be nice if they were sort of all together.
I think
there
it
you
would
go,
be.
Brad. That's an idea.
I think it would be too. Okay, I wanted to talk about this one because this is I didn't want to cover up a lot on this because this is the one where, you know, I used my finger, because here's the PM Artist Studio logo thing that I did for Brad to put in the light box.
Yes.
And I just thought, well, look, this color here is just really perfect. But this was just covered up too much. And then I put this one down, and this one just sort of, I don't know, it didn't, but I love how these lines lead into both of these other circles. And that's why I made that choice. Okay. That one's done. That in the done pile.
What is Diane saying? If you've ever worn a Christmas cracker hat. Oh, yes, that's the tissue paper stuff. Is that what you guys are... there's lots of chat about what's bleeding tissue paper or...
Oh, yes, and I used
crepe paper.
I used to love using that kind of paper when I was teaching because it was so much fun to watch the colors put on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids would do the frottage, the rubbings.
Oh, and then that too. That
yeah,
would be great.
Yeah. Okay, so this is one of the little interior circle. What?
Oh, I just love it when Diane's here. Australian Xmas is hot. You sweat. The dye runs down your face. I really want some pictures of that. Please say you have some, Diane. You can just send it to me directly. Just to me directly. Like, you don't have to, you know. But I want to experience.
I thought I had 3. I'm sure I had 3 of these. I wouldn't just use 2.
I'm sure. Yeah, that.
The third one, did it get lost in the... Oh, yeah, it got stuck in the envelope.
Yeah.
All right, well, this kind of goes along with another one that I had where it had the 3... Remember, the circle was up here, and then the 3 things down here. Mariah insisted it was an eyeball, and I kept telling her, no, it was not an eyeball.
She just keeps making eyeballs.
And anyway, this is not an eyeball either. Okay.
Hey. Psst.
Oh, look at that. Now, isn't that just beautiful?
It kind of just beacons out.
It beacons out.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Thank you, Mariah. That's absolutely perfect. I think that one's done. And look, and I'm getting close to this being done. But I had this other idea. Because I have these little guys in gold here. And I just think that the
Oh, thanks. Mo is just dropping the links. Like it.
Perhaps this would be better. Oh, I like that in the middle.
Oh, goodness.
Because it really creates...
Fiddly.
It is very fiddly.
Don't you hand that over to me and expect me to, like, remember
I won't.
the order.
I won't, because I would just be angry with you.
Yeah, that's set up for...
yeah, I'm not going to do that to you.
Some sugar
biscuits,
look,
it's
Mariah.
If I turn this around so that they're both at the same point, do you think that's good? Or should...
Do you remember the colors used?
For what?
For these gel prints and such.
What?
That you got there. The colors, the paints.
Oh, on this one?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. It's either Prussian or one of my new blues.
Yeah.
And this outside one is created by using orange and blue together to make brown.
It's really her favorite combo.
Yeah, if you're at a loss to think what color it is, you're pretty well off with nickel azo gold or transparent red iron oxide.
I would say that the nickel azo gold, but yeah. You know. There might be a little bit of both in there.
There might. You just, you don't know. Now, I think I'm going to glue those two together before I glue them all and put them down here. Now, I was tearing this out, and I did an oopsie.
An oopsie.
Well, I didn't think I wanted the bottom part, so I just tore it off. And then I decided I needed something down here, so I did what Mariah does a lot of times. I just glued the bottom part back on.
See? It works.
And I have to be very careful about where I have the tip of my little, this is like an innard, right, Mariah? This is an inside part to one of the nested circles.
No, I don't think so. I think that is an IMPP of some things when we were doing R&D.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. That's the imperfectly perfects of, the research and development.
Okay, now, what I'm thinking about here,
Bye, Carrie.
composition-wise, is Carrie leaving us?
Yes.
Well, he should stay. This is good news. This is good news you can use.
Good news you can use.
I want to. Oh, I have to be careful because these little things blow away.
Don't sneeze.
Don't sneeze. Or even, talk down to the paper.
You might need to whisper.
I want it to intersect all of these outside sort of straightish lines. I also want it to be a little bit down here so it interrupts that diagonal.
Pete, are you talking about composition?
I am talking about composition.
Look at that.
And right now,
he has to go to work. He says he's sorry.
Oh, that's okay. We understand that.
You are released.
Yeah.
5-3.
You can watch the reruns. Okay, I'm not gluing all of it down because I might want to stick some other stuff.
Oh, bye, Kim.
Stuff hither and yon.
Remember, it's quite late there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Susan says, well, Darcy has been, she's becoming quite the master at hashtag I glued my bits in Makers. Yes. Anybody gluing your bits, you need to use that hashtag in Makers, please, because that's just too good. It's too good not to. Oh, and Ann says, don't talk down to your paper. It's just rude and hurts your paper's feelings. Hashtag paper has feelings.
It does, and besides, oh my goodness, look, we got a little gnat thing here.
No, your visitor.
Okay, now, the reason I didn't glue this part down.
Oh, thanks, Jude.
Is because I want to kind of stick, I don't want to put that. I can't talk with that in my mouth.
No, just put here.
I've just stabbed that over there.
Well, I've got
enough layers here on my table that the pins stick.
Just remember which corner it was in.
These little jobbers are going to go in here, and they're going to kind of
eyelash out. But it's not an eyeball.
But it's not an eyeball.
Brenda says, as long as it's not your jiggly bits. That's right. Don't be. Don't be gluing those. We don't recommend that.
And I have a thing about 3 or odd numbers, y'all know
Some
that.
paper has memory. Darcy says, but paper doesn't have a memory. It will forget.
I think mine forgets. It goes on walkabouts all the time. Now, I don't really know how to go about gluing this stuff down. I don't really know.
Susan, she has pin cushions. She has all of these things. It's just, there's not enough room.
Now, I'm going to have to figure out how to get this under there. So I think I want to glue down this part. Oh, y'all are just going to be... I don't know what I do this on
I'm loving
camera.
that you're doing it on camera.
Well, that's where that one goes.
Put the other one back in place. There you go. Good job.
That one's gonna go there.
I'm very proud of you. Little glue master.
Over the top, and don't worry, I'll get to that other little bit here
Don't you worry.
Oh, no worries, no worries. And then this one, sometimes you just got to spit on it.
I fear that this is becoming a thing.
Lift up her skirt a bit there.
A little lift and tuck.
And then we want to glue down her little,
Yeah.
her little outer sticky outer thing here. Just a bit.
Kind of need a flashlight to flash it.
What is it?
Well, when you lean your head in there and it kind of goes dark, I needed a little flashlight to... You're good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And then I have to glue down the top part of this because remember I didn't do that.
Yeah, it costs extra with the DNA. Okay.
What is it?
It costs extra with the DNA.
Oh, yeah.
When you spit on it.
For sure. If there's any question about, province, you can say, hey, you just need to check that.
Now,
There's
let me tell you why
spit
I'm
on it.
extremely proud of you. Because you glued the center part. And then you left that outer round part up enough, sort of. Just get it. You got a Q-tip or a wipe if you hurry up. Oh, well, that's not a good idea. You better move quick and not dilly-dally there. Okay.
Or I'll have fuzzy stuff
She
sticking to
will.
it.
Why are you just...
All right, look at that. Now, is that not a composition?
That is fancy dancy.
Fancy, fancy.
I looked away. What are you using in the squeeze bottle to glue down the pieces? Gel medium jelly glue. It is glue.
It's
It is
glue.
the art. Glitter glue has absolutely nothing to do with being glittery. It just
It
is
says
the
it
name.
dries clear, and it's a designer adhesive.
It is quite nice. A little pricey. Well worth it. You don't want to use it on everything. Spit and stomp. Yeah.
I just like it because you can get into teensy-tiny places with it.
And it glues, and it
and
dries
it's quick.
fast. Yeah.
Now, there's the back side of that is if you've got a large area to cover, not the glue to use. Not the glue to use. Okay. That just came together wonderfully. Now, here's the whole thing.
Does it look better?
It looks better like this. So, we're binding up here. So, when you look at this, you'll have to
You're talking
turn...
about like the book needs to position this way.
More or less. There are some that work more. Oh, look at that lovely color on the edge there.
She totally just squirreled. Did you? Did you guys see that squirrel that ran through here? And then,
I must find something to repeat that out here.
oh goodness, lady, I love you.
Okay, what's next?
I guess that piece of paper that just totally caught your eye.
Yeah, and you know what, Mariah?
What you need?
I'm going to have you fetch all of my papers that are over.
In the box over there?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
On the other side of the printer.
Yeah, I've been eyeing that box and why it's there and trying to deal
And now
with it
you
emotionally.
know. We have to find something. We may even have to print tissue paper with that color on it because I need that color. I need it.
Oh goodness, when you lean things on it, I tell you, you just...
Hear mumbling over there. And this is the other thing I wanted to talk about. Yeah, just put it down there. It'll be fine.
There we go.
Are we getting to the time where we need to talk
Well, we
about
could,
that?
and then you could even use it if you wanted.
Am I allowed to use it?
Yeah. We don't give you things you
I'm
aren't allowed to use.
To use it. I have used things that I wasn't allowed to use because they thought
We
I
stopped doing that.
understood. But now they know that they don't. You don't bring me
Right.
things if you don't want. I want you. Did we all talk about this?
Well, you
I don't think we
showed it.
did talk about it quite enough.
Maybe not enough. What happened to your hair? All of a sudden you got puffy in the back there.
Oh, it's itchy.
Hey, if you don't care, I don't care. I'm just letting you know it's sticking straight up.
Better?
A little bit. There you go. Oh, God. Hey, as long as she's licking on herself and not me.
I used.
She was that mom.
I was.
Come here.
spit on a napkin and wipe her face up. She always had a dirty face, I swear to God.
My baby does too.
Yes, he does too.
That girl cannot eat anything chocolate without it being here. Like, she's fully immersive situation.
She is.
She's all in.
Into her eating. All right. So I want to tell you about how I did this, because I don't think I did. I used this stuff. Now, I don't know that this was exactly the one that I used.
Oh, to highlight around there.
Yes. But first of all, I went around here with the yellow colored pencil and put in the lines, because I lost them when I did this. And so then I just came back with a tiny little brush and I just took little bits of this and probably didn't use much more than the tip of my finger on the whole thing and put it in there and just highlighted it so that
looks very nice, Pete.
Are you seeing the nice little shimmer and shine there? All right, well, I'm done with that now.
Okay.
I'll throw this over here and figure that out later.
Hey, any of you guys that are just hanging out and, you know, you popped in and haven't given us the thumbsy upsies, we would very much appreciate it if you did. We've still got some time to go here. Let some other people know.
Okay, well, now that might work right there. But I don't know if I'm seeing that underneath that with that. I need to back that with some blue, and that might come through. See that? Are you seeing that?
Are you seeing it?
That's a possibility. That's not. That might be. See, look right there.
Yes, Susan. It's just his family secrets all over the place. She hashtagged that. Oh, there, that one.
That might be it. That might be it. And I really do, but I think that's too dark. And that's just too
I know it smells like
shiny and bright. And that might be a good one too. I think we've got enough there to probably.
Oh, yeah. I think some of this needs to come downstairs so I can send it out to our lovely customers and fans and lovers of PM things.
Yeah. Okay. I'm okay with that. I just don't send the ones that I want to use. Now see, I don't know. I'm just not.
Is it too big? What's with you licking things today?
I'm pressing it, Mariah.
Worried about you. You know, don't they say like certain animals or even kids will eat rocks because
they need some kind of nutrient.
Mineral. Yeah, they're. Are you feeling a little deficient? She's got feelings. I felt them.
I really love this, but I think it's just too subtle. And it's too much of what's already there.
Yeah.
You know? And it's not enough of the green, so that one goes away. So basically, we're down to these three here.
That butterfly business might be great. Here, I need to back up because I'm kind of really zoomed in and we're not seeing like the full.
I'm still just feeling this right here. And if I take that and see, I've already got this edge here.
Good job, guys. On top of things. I love it.
Okay, this is going to require a bit of careful.
See, they do. The thumbsy upsies work.
Okay.
Now, hopefully they stay.
I can trim that off, but I really do like that.
Which
I
part
really
are you
do
go-
like this too, this edge here, but it
I
doesn't
think
have as
that's-
much of the.
I feel like that's too minty. I'm just putting my 2 cents in on that. I feel like that one's a little too minty.
It's going to be down on the other end, Mariah. You
Okie
just don't
dokie.
need to worry about it. I've got this. I got this. That's what Izzy says. I got this.
I got this. Like, do
And let me
you?
just tell you about this deli paper, jelly deli paper stuff.
A little tricky to rip.
Well, it rips really good one way.
I think Patty Collie Paris was talking about that. Maybe she was talking about fabric the other day like that. I don't
It
know.
doesn't rip so very nicely the other way.
It's got a direction.
It has a direction. It's like newsprint. Okay, I really like that. And I don't usually like a really nice cut edge, but this is the way it tear's not so good. I would like a little bit of that
Yes.
edge of that brown there. This back down.
I think she's collaging again.
I am collaging.
Oh, Deb C's ready to insert her paper grain lecture now, but she will refrain. Why refrain?
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's really long to write out. You should write up a post in Makers. We highly encourage that, Kristen.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We do.
That's the place to definitely leave some.
Look at that. What?
Well, I just thought you were going to leave more of the stuff that was already there. And then you got a lot of square edges. I don't know. But hey, this is yours, and so
That's right.
it's yours.
And I just see I needed that here, and I love that this was part of the original puzzle. Okay, I'm gluing it down. I like it. Yeah, I may still glue something else down. I mean, that's okay out there, but geez, it's not anything to write home about.
I kind of liked it. Oh, there you go.
What?
Deb, she says, Alexa, remind me to post the paper grain stuff to Makers.
What is it?
She's gonna write her lecture. She has a lecture.
Just a manifesto.
A manifesto about paper grain. I can't wait for this. And then Violet says, I don't think I can read P's mind. Well, sometimes you can. The looks tell it all, but to take notes here. So I'll just have to save the stream and we rewatch it again and again to learn. There you go. You can put it on your save to watch it list. I think that helps us too. I'm not really sure how that works.
I'm not either, but isn't that a lovely little gem there?
Bye, Trish. It was awesome having you. Hope you come back.
Yes. Absolutely.
Deb C renames lecture to manifesto. She has a rust
Paper
one.
manifesto.
Don't know if you know that about her, but she has a rust one.
A what?
Your rust one. Your rust manifesto.
Oh, I do. Oh, by golly, I do.
Oh, gosh. It's a very interesting tearing technique you got going on. That you really want the middle.
I want this part only. This part
It's just
only.
really great way to go at it. I like it.
Okay, I'm going to take the pen out because I might need to talk. I'm trying to make
and shoot me in the head. And
I'm trying to make it.
like,
Oh, Lord.
why is Em wearing an eye patch now? Well, that was the stream she lost an eye. Oh.
Oh, no, look.
Well, see,
It's on the other side.
Oh,
Dagnammit.
that's
Oh,
all right.
well.
It'll be okay.
C'est la vie.
Here's the
C'est
thing. You
la
could leave it like a little flap and lift it up and look at the...
la vie. I'm going to tear out a circle. This is my circle journal.
Well, can you circle the moth like a moth circles the light?
I don't know. Shall endeavor to do so, Mariah.
Things are
But
getting-
one does not know. Until one does it. I'm going with this turquoisey color here.
Okay. If the moth makes it, so be it. If not, hey, not too shabby.
It's kind of large. Don't know if I love it.
It's a little big.
It's a little big. But I like the idea of flipping it up. I think what I need to do is I just need to take a little bit of
She's finger painting. Oh, our lighting changed. It's kind of... Whoa! Sorry about that. Hit the wrong button.
What did you do?
Turned everything blue for a minute.
Oh.
Brace yourselves. Oh, goodness. Ay, ay, ay. Although, maybe I can use that to my advantage here. At some point, when you get all angry, I could turn it all red. I remember that.
What is that?
Nothing. Just, you know, stuff. You got a little heavy there. Maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe. It's quite orb stencil-like. Very cool. Oh yeah, it does kind of look like the Sydney orb. Has that feeling. Okay, you need to stop. What are your thoughts on this?
What are my thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm still thoughting.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's basically like sgraffito, Heather. If you finger paint on the gel plate. Is he lonely at work?
Pardon?
At least his husband called her from work. Might just be lonely. I don't know.
Okay, where's my...
Jude's still fascinated. Well, good. We're keeping some people around. That's awesome. That does look good on that, though. Another little turn.
Need another... Just
Like that.
right there?
Yep. Now, where's that moth?
Well, he's kind of flying off into
So, glue it in the red area. From kind of one red end to the other.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Yep, yep, yep.
I like this glue. It defies gravity.
Yeah. That's not tissue, is it?
Mm-mm.
Okay. It's a wipe. Good.
It's a wipe.
Just playing with fire, other one. Oh, I love it.
A little surprise. Oh, look at that. Now, see, I just think that's lovely. I don't know. I might need to do some, maybe defining on the edges, mark making.
Now, which end is going to get punched?
Well, you can't punch that in because that's
Just too beautiful.
good end.
Okay. So then it's going to lift down, which I think is actually a better thing.
Yeah. Look at that.
And I like how the moth kind of almost like ends up, you know, looking right in, you know, heading into, yeah, that's perfect. That is some good composition.
It is some good composition, but I think I need to come around here with my pencil and do some pencil work. What time is it?
Oh, we got like 30 minutes.
Well, I'm just going to do one end of this so that you'll know what I'm going to do, and then we'll
As long
just...
as you don't, like, have to sharpen your pencil every 5 seconds, I'll be very happy about that. She likes a sharp pencil.
I'm going to have to sharpen my pencil right now because that's not going to get
The lights will flicker. Just let you guys know. Everything's fine.
Yeah. We're not losing power.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
See?
Okay. So, to make this really, you know, and again, you don't want to bear down on this. But if you do muss it up and it's not working for you. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Can't get that edge very good.
Oh.
Okay, now you want to leave that alone for just a moment. But what's left? Sorry. I got glue from the pen. I had to
Oh, good.
do a little spitting there. Okay.
Hey, Debbie. Good morning.
Is Debbie just now joining us?
Yes.
Oh, Debbie, you just missed out on the good stuff. You'll have to rewatch.
Wendy would like to know what kind of pencil that is.
It's a Prismacolor. That's the only kind I use.
Some Stabilos. But yeah,
Yeah.
Colored pencils, yes.
Colored pencils. And it's the reason I don't like the Stabilos is because I never know where they're going to end up, and I'm a mucky, messy person, and they end up all over my fingers, and then I touch something white, and it's gone south, and I'm not happy, and everyone else around me isn't happy because I'm not happy, and there's another little place that didn't get glued
Big
down.
old not happy fest, you know.
See, I should have had Mariah glue this. She would have done a real bang-up job on it, and I wouldn't be sitting here and farting around with it.
Oh, she's muttering now.
Lift up her skirt so I can glue her underwear back on.
For work over today. Oh, goodness. Goodness. I'm trying to just keep up with this lighting and...
Well, it's because
I know.
I'm really very much aware of it right behind me.
So they are drama pencils.
Prismacolor.
I don't know. It's Diane. She might be being funny. And I just missed the joke.
Mm-hmm. That's what, happens much of the time. Now, I'm trying to get this edge so it's a little bit separated from, the background.
We have, you really, Heather's asking about watercolor pencils. I mean, we have some. They certainly have a place. I don't know that this would be the place to use them, especially on top of the gel prints. I don't know that there would be any advantage to that.
If it happens that my pencil is not working because of the whatever, I will just stop.
Hi, Fiona.
And I will use my
when
clear-
P gets pencils covered fingers, it creates drama. Therefore, drama pencils.
Ow! Just poke myself.
That's karma. That's not drama.
Yeah, I'm going to put the thing back in the glue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, this stuff, and the other thing is sometimes when you push too hard with your colored pencils and you create that, there's a word for it, but it just glosses over and then it won't take any more. Just put a layer of this stuff on, and then you can go on and do whatever the hell you want to do.
There you go.
Tip from the,
Yeah.
It works every time. But now, can you see how that little bit of shading there is separating the pieces from each other?
Can you bring it up to the camera? Because, I don't want to zoom it in and then make everybody all sicky and whatever. It's just easier.
How's that?
Oh, hold on. I gotta now mess with the focus of it. Oh, goodness. I lost my little screen. There we go.
Is that good?
Hold on. I'm gonna autofocus it here. Oh, there we go. Oh, hey, there you are. Look at that. All right, nice. Look at that working together.
Yeah. How about that?
How about that?
How about that? And I just think that's just
I love that.
another, and I probably, I wouldn't have done that. I would have just been sad about gluing little Mothy down, but I would have gone ahead and done it anyway. But good thing I have you over there, Mariah.
Some days.
Some days.
I'm added value.
Added value. Okay, now, another little trick here. Indigo, I know I've already said this. Indigo blue.
Hey, if it's worth saying once, it's worth saying again.
And, the people that needed to hear it might not have been here then.
That's right.
Oh, if I can find it. No, Tuscan Red, where have you gone?
Huta said she'd be tempted to shade the circle too. Yes.
I am.
She is.
I'm worried.
And it probably will get a real workover once,
working on it, and I can't find my Tuscan Red. I don't know where it is.
Now, should check
There's
Izzy's table.
Cherry. That might work. That's close. Oh. Tuscan Red. Right there in the purple box. That's not where it should be. Okay, yeah. So, this makes a lovely, if it goes too blue on you, you can just come in and you can do a lot of shading with these two colors. Make lovely shadows. Don't use black. Please don't use black. I'll have to reach out and smack you.
Darcy says, and some of us are forgetful. And then Mo says, and some of us just like listening and getting inspired. You guys are so sweet. Forgetful and sweet.
Yeah, now this is going to be kind of rough because remember, part of it's not glued down. So I'm not getting it's going to be hard to get that edge.
Well, or maybe you don't do that edge. It helps indicate that.
Well, I think I want to do some of it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, and you might try your Stabilo, like if you really want that darker edge.
I'm not doing that, Mariah. I'm mad at that thing.
Okay. Sounds good.
And I think there's going to be a little lift there where it's going to have a little bit of a shadow anyway, but I think that kind of just...
Oh, Jude, that's the Panasonic, right? Panasonic sharpener?
Yeah.
She's had it forever.
The reason I like that one is because I used to go through 2 a year at school.
Yeah, like she knows.
I've used every brand that you can imagine. That one right there has the longevity of...
That's the workhorse.
It's the workhorse. Okay, I think that's starting to look splendid. I may even come in and add something more to this. Not that, but...
Welcome, Big Mopar. Is that what we should call you? She says sometimes like watching someone else grump. Yeah, well, you've come to the right place.
Watching someone else what?
Be grumpy.
Oh, yeah. I just, this business here of putting the book together, it makes me ever so slightly grumpy.
Sometimes. And then she gets real happy.
And then, I reach this point where, I'm real happy and, whatever, and I might go ahead and make that ever so slightly greener.
There you go. See, she can do things with colored pencils. Like what I do with sprays.
Make it...
You need to be a little bit careful because you did just glue that down. I mean, I know it's probably fairly dry, but you need that surefire way
to mess up
rub a hole in it.
Well, then I would just have to do something else, Martha.
True that.
And this white corner down here is really getting to my very last nerve.
I don't know if you guys can hear Izzy singing in the background, but I can. I've sprayed a couple of times on a live. But any of the process videos, that's usually me. And then I'm usually spraying something. I need to put up a process video. I promised it hopefully this week, but I just don't know if it's happening with the Blooms book. That's just never enough time in the day.
Never enough.
Did I spray during March Madness? Most likely, yeah, probably. I need to go back through those and kind of change the names on some of them so we know more like what we did rather than it was just March Madness.
Yeah.
But it was hard to, it was madness.
Yeah, there we go.
My favorite sprays are the Lindy's sprays. Like, that's my most favorite. Unless you can get your hands on Mr. Huey's, but most of those are very hard to find.
Yeah, and they're kind of like really proud of them.
Yeah, if you do find them, they're usually pretty pricey. But those were my absolutely most favorite sprays. I don't...
Somebody sent us some. Who was it that sent
Yeah,
us
that
some?
was old Mary Ann. She gave us the hookup on some Mary Mary.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the Lindy's gang. But those are my favorite because price-wise, they're a great value. And especially if you buy them in the sets, you get cool colors. And they're not like overly powerful. Some of the Eyes Ink sprays, even though I love them very much, they're very pigmented. And I don't always need that. Like, that's not how I use the sprays.
We
So
like
they
them
usually
a
end up
little
getting,
bit more transparent.
yeah, watered down or whatever, which you can do, but you got to be quick about those Eyes Ink sprays because they are dyes. So that's what happens. There you go.
Okay, so basically what I'm doing is fiddling.
Oh, thanks, Mo. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just fiddling around here. I mean, you guys don't have anything else to do anyway, right?
This is the fiddle business of the book.
This is the fiddle business. I'm just making that ever so slightly a little more friendly with this color down here. I need to do a little bit more here on the little orby thing in the corner. Orby thing.
Orby.
Yeah, I'm liking that. Knock this edge up a little bit. So it definitely separates from its background. That right there is almost like an identical value, which I don't really mind because that's okay. I don't know, what do you think?
I'm liking it.
I want these corners to kind of reflect each other. Add a little bit more Powsy Wowsy orange there.
Oh, I like that. Hector was sorting receipts at work, so she enjoys the distraction.
Sorting receipts, boy, that.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very fun.
No. Apologize for the light situation.
Oh, yeah. And Susan Taylor Brown sent us a bunch of her empty spray bottles that still had like dried up stuff at the bottom. And we reactivated a lot of it and then kind of went all mad sciencey. And I mean, I have all kinds of... Now, she kept hitting the same kind of, you know, terracotta red, so I have quite a bit of that. This one over here. She was in charge of the color mixing.
I really liked it.
She did. I was like,
I
think I have that color. We're good. Can we turn it more orange? Less terracotta.
Well, we could, but I don't know what I'd want to do something
I'm
like
like,
that for.
I need that orange creamsicle color. that's what I'm going for here. Because I love that one from Lindy's, that orange creamsicle. That's a fantastic color.
And see, this is kind of cool because it comes up here and it goes across here. And then this dark area right here comes up here. And then you come across here. You come back down and around here. So you've got an... I can't remember what his name was, but he's one of those dudes that is on Sethi's group. It talks about a way to get on and off of your composition.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I can't remember who it is now. I mean, I used to know. At one point in time, I knew what his name was. There's, you know, there's not that many dudes.
True that.
Trying to get John David all excited about doing gel printing, but we haven't got him there yet. I'm still working.
Maybe we should send him one, guilt him into it. It's a surefire way to, you know.
Yeah, really, no kidding. Okay, I'm just... I mean, I think that's really...
I like it.
I like it too. I like it too. And this wasn't even where I thought this would go. But I think it's really, really nice.
Hey, creatively.
It's some more work around the edges there as soon as, oh, that's dry.
Maybe he's afraid that, like, if he gel prints, like, he'll just get stuck in doing, gel printing, like, everybody does.
Yeah, there is that. If he's probably right to worry about that. But he just does such cool things with his.
Yeah, the thing about that, Susan, is that, when it's kind of more of an eco-friendly, or you're talking about even the watercolors that are made from like berries and all that business, they don't hold their color.
No, they're not color fast.
And I mean, when you say that, like, they don't hold it very long at all. I mean, I even have some things that I've used that sort of business with, and then you go back to it and you're like, wow.
Well, that's why I'm not a big fan of the alcohol inks.
Well, that was some of our crazy mixing that created that situation, but... Oh, yeah, sugar. Oh, hey, you need to show the things. I mean, I know you're not gel printing with them, but show them. And we want to get you guys' we need your input.
Yeah, on a color name.
A stencil name.
Stencil name.
Or two.
I'm sorry,
Brad, are some of them up already, or?
No, they won't be until
Sunday.
That's what he told me.
Yeah.
Unless things have changed.
I don't know. I thought he was putting that one up late today, but he'll let us know. Are there 3 different ones? Oh, well, yeah, because we have the Kelpie seaweed stuff, too, right? I think, in there. Oh, I should probably wait until you show them. I don't know what's in there.
Yes, it is.
Here,
all right, now this, isn't this trippy?
Yeah, don't do that too much to people.
Whoa!
And then she still does it. Okay, that's good stuff.
Good stuff. Well, where's my board? There it is.
All right, I'm going to back out so that way it's not like totally all up in your face.
And I'm going to make impression plates with these little jobbers. They're just they're friendly with each other. But
Okay.
Okay.
Brad says Thursday's show, Sunday list. He told us that. There we go. Assortment of seaweed.
Seaweed assortment.
See,
and these were drawn by moi.
Yeah. Those are.
And Brad did an excellent job of transposing those into a rough sketch.
Oh, Big Mofer, that's funny. She says, seaweedy, leave me alone. I'm going to the sea. Oh, Denny says, weepy willow.
Now this is a kelp. See those little bulby things? That's what you find on the beach.
Mm-hmm. Because the seaweed.
The reason I'm going to make impression plates from these is because in the impression plates work better to remove paint.
See, Big Mopar thinks like I do.
What?
See the weeds, like S-E-E. See, that's right up my alley, Big Mopar. But these two, they shut me down all the time. Mm-hmm. Hello, Karen.
Okay. So, anyway. The reason is because these are part and parcel to the whole underwater sea theme hoop-de-doo. And I remember I'm still working on that one.
Yeah. We will bring the sea thing back. We're just trying to really get through this circle business.
The circle business has kind of taken over my life.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
We are doing well. We are doing well.
Really like this. I really like this.
Oh, she likes Big Mopar likes the idea of the texture plates. Pressure plates.
Pressure plates. And I will do that with this too, because this will make a marvelous one. But also,
what do you think this one should be called?
This one. These are the two that we itchy eyes.
Oh, mine have been terrible.
Captured pearls. Because see, if you think about this as a circle, or you can think about this as a little cup.
Fish eyes. I kind of like that. Surf's up. Closing waves. Susan says whale tails.
Whale tails.
Although that might
coming and going.
Coming and going. See, I was thinking like pearly waves. That was mine.
But here's the cool part, and you can't really, it's hard to, but when you put these on top of each other, see what happens? Offset them ever so slightly. Can you see what happens there?
Careful, make everybody sick too.
Ooh. Nifty.
Escher-esque. I had to work on that in my brain. Did you see me? I was like, all right.
I can see that.
Water polo.
Oh.
Circling waves. Dolphin tails. Yeah, there go. Oh, goodness.
You could say a fish and chips.
Your zing to my zang. Motion of the ocean.
Oh, I like that.
Did you ever figure out the joke the other day, Darcy?
What?
She was talking in her video about there's some inappropriate jokes about something about motion in the ocean. Something like that. Mermaid pearls. Oh, water rings.
Water
I
rings.
like that.
Water rings.
Rings and balls. Rings and pearls?
Rings.
Ooh, rings and pearls.
Rings and pearls.
I'm kind of liking that. Yeah, would you stop doing that? You're making people sick.
Sorry.
Please.
I'm entertaining myself
Yes.
at the expense of the audience.
Uh-huh. Sea marbles. Have you lost your marbles? Yes, it's sea.
See?
See? In the what was in the deep blue sea. Can you see? I don't know. There was I don't know. Was that the bubble guppies? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. See, people are hurling. Poor Susan. Oh, I like the water rings and water pearls. That's my vote. We'll see if Brad always has the final say on that. So, as the guppy puppies.
Puffy guppies.
Puffy guppies. Well, I say the person who designs it gets the final say on who picks the name.
Yeah. Let's go there.
That's why whenever I design any of them, that I get the final say. Yes, one is water rings and the other is water pearls. Look at you, Big Mopar and Brad. You guys are on it together. Almost in unison. Alrighty. Well, Pete's probably going to do this all afternoon. And then I'm going to probably get a little bit more work done and whatnot.
I need to probably check in with my baby and see how she's faring.
Yeah, she's eating all her snacks.
Her 2 weeks worth. And well, I'll tell you what. Okay, so here's our routine in the morning, and then I'll shut up and you can carry on about your business.
Okay.
Is that, Mariah comes up and gets me, and then I go downstairs and I sleep with Izzy till she wakes up. Because it's a really good thing when she wakes up in a good mood. It just starts the whole day off, and then your rest of your day.
Have you noticed that?
It's much better if that happens. She wakes up and she's snarly, then you can just pretty much count the rest of the day. It's going to be crapola.
Yeah. It's really just
anyway, I get in bed with her, and she's so funny because she's like a heat missile. She seeks you.
Yeah.
And she's right up against you. And at one point she woke up and she says, Gigi, do I get to go upstairs and stay in your room during today's live? This is the first thing out of her mouth this morning when she woke up.
Well, I'm impressed that she's starting to understand what days are what.
We're struggling with the whole thing with time. This is not on there even.
That's fine. I don't think that's a big deal. That bothers you somehow?
Yeah, it really does.
Okay.
I might have to make a shadow down there to make that even.
Okay.
I think I can handle it.
Okay.
But anyway, so yes. And then she says, no, don't forget my snacks.
Yeah, snacks.
Yeah, big on the snacks. And very big on addition of chocolate.
Oh, goodness.
And at least one watermelon sucker. And what else did she say? Some
Just in case.
apples.
She doesn't eat it all.
Yeah.
But she wants it there in case. Hey, there you go. Now they're all hungry. All right, very good.
Yeah, I'm getting a little hungry too.
Well, it's 5
Is
o'clock.
it? Yeah, is it dinner time yet?
It is pretty much for us.
Oh, yeah,
We're
it
those
is.
people. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us once again. And this will
Once
conclude our Thursday Thoughts and Arty business. Hopefully you were inspired and, liked hanging out with us today. If you're coming in here at the very end, this is the end. I am so sorry. But do appreciate you popping back and maybe watching the replay, this, that, the other. Be sure to leave comments because we love those very much. Even some of you that are here in the live, we do appreciate it when you come back and leave the comments as well. Really, I love hearing that, the different things that you guys, your takeaways and the little things that you liked. That really warms our hearts, and I just can't tell you how much it means to us. It really, really does.
And we do. I read every one of them.
Read every one of them.
I may not comment on every one of them, but I do read them.
And then I make sure, if there's one that's really, really great, or if you've directed it to P, that she for sure comes back. We do have our $100 June. We're going to start that in June, the monthly giveaway. If you want to know more about that, either you need to pop over to our community page on YouTube or hang out with us in Makers. That more information is there regarding how to do that and what we expect for you guys to do to enter that. We will be back on Sunday because that's our next stream. That will be at 10 a.m. Central Time. We do very much appreciate you guys hanging out with us as always, and we will see you on Sunday.
Sunday.
Yes.
Bye.